and let's do this again. I'm gonna fight another champ, another former champ. I'm really excited. I train a lot, like when I train with to fight Leon. I train a lot also to fight JDM. So I'm really excited to be the second former champion in a row.
Things have been very interesting in your division, and it seemed like all signs were pointing to you fighting Jack Della Maddalena. He's obviously coming off that very tough fight with Islam Makhachev on that same card you competed at. What did you make of that fight, Islam's performance, and how he was able to neutralize Jack? Did you expect that to happen?
Yeah, I expected. Uh, of course, he's a really good fighter, really good grappler. So I think the style of Jack is he walk, he stop a little bit, he not move too much. It's help a lot of Islam. But it is what it is.
It's very tough to get every MMA fan on the same page, and I feel like this fight between you and Jack, everybody is excited about it. No one said a bad thing about it. Everyone's like, this is one of the best fights on the books for the UFC right now, and that includes title fights, everything. People are so fired up for this fight. Betting odds are pretty much a pick 'em across the board, and I saw earlier today as we record, you guys had your first face-off in the outdoors. What did you take away from that face-off with Jack?
I don't take too much things. Like I think the face off before don't means a lot of things. We was there, just shake the hands and face off. Nothing special.
What does a win here do for you, Carlos? Because Islam
The
Makhachev
title
is
shot.
okay. Because Islam's teasing a fight. People think it might be Michael Morales. People think it might be Ian Machado Garry, and we don't really know yet. But obviously, a win puts you in a great position. So you feel win here, title shot. Is it? You mean like title shot in your next fight, or you
Yeah.
jump both of those guys and
No, the
they're out
title
of the
shot.
way?
The title,
Okay.
the title shot. Because I gonna be the form. It's gonna be the second former champion in a row. So yeah, nobody did it. Like you have Morales, but he didn't fight up any former champ. You have Ian. He gonna fight now against Makachev. So the next gonna be Carlos Prates.
Oh, so you think it's gonna be Ian over Michael?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's gonna be Ian.
Okay. You know
Yeah.
this?
Maybe. We'll see. Who knows?
Is that who you would pick though? If like the UFC called you and they're like, you can't pick yourself, Carlos, Ian or Michael. Would you pick Ian or
Yeah.
would you pick Michael?
Ian.
Okay. So you think he's
Yeah.
done? You think he's done more? The Bilal win, beating a former champion,
Yeah.
that puts it over the top for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where does Kamaru Usman fit in this conversation? What if the UFC came back and said, "Hey, Carlos, you just beat two former champions. Let's try to make it three. How about Carlos Prates versus Kamaru Usman?" Because I know you revere Usman very highly. I think he needs another win, and he needs to beat someone like yourself or like a Morales, somebody in this title conversation, to get that
Yeah.
shot. You versus Usman, if with a win on Saturday, that makes a lot of sense to me, man. What do you think about that?
No, it's gonna be title shot. It's gonna be title shot. No chance. I just gonna fight after that fight. I just gonna fight for the belt.
There is a lot of conversation out there. I'm sure you've heard this. There is a big
Yeah.
fight at the White House. Ilia Topuria is fighting Justin Gaethje. And a lot of people feel like Ilia Topuria is going to go out there and knock Justin Gaethje out, leave the division, vacate the belt, and then come up and fight Islam Makhachev. Now, you win on Saturday. You feel you don't need to do anything else. You're just going to fight the winner of Islam versus Ian. But
Yeah.
if Ilia jumps you in this conversation and you have to watch Islam fight Ilia Topuria,
Okay,
how would you
so
react to
then
that?
I go to the lightweights and gonna fight to the lightweight belt.
So you fight for the vacant you
I
versus
can
Armin
do I can
Sarukian?
do I can do I can do 155.
You can?
Of course I can.
You're a
I'm
big
like
dude.
yeah, but normally I have 85 kilos, 84, so I can do lightweight. But I'm kidding. I don't wanna do too much diet anymore. But yeah, let's see. I'm not thinking about that. Like I'm not thinking about that. But let's see if it's happening. I'm gonna wait.
You at 155 would be pretty incredible. That's something I've never
Yeah,
thought of. And maybe it's happened
yeah,
earlier in your career, but right now, like especially after seeing you and JDM face off against each other, you just seem like way bigger than him. Like
yeah.
seeing
But
you at
I
155
think
would be crazy.
I'm bigger, but I think he's a little bit more stronger.
Where what would be the dream championship fight situation for you? Like, would it be in
Where
Brazil? Like,
in
where would it
Brazil?
be
Yeah,
in Brazil? Yeah, you and Islam
yeah.
in Brazil. Oliveira on that
Me
card
now,
too.
me and Ian Gary in Brazil.
Okay, you. So you
Yeah,
think you got Ian beating Islam?
I hope so.
What a professional answer. I mean, it's an interesting fight, man. Ian's
Yeah,
tricky.
yeah. It would be cool. Fight him in Brazil and do a rematch also.
Yeah, we could do Pereira on the card. Maybe maybe him and Aspinall. Then we could do you and Ian,
Yeah,
and then we could do
yeah.
Charles Oliveira and Armin for the vacant lightweight
Awesome.
belt if Ilia goes up. What a card that is.
Yeah, yeah. It would be awesome.
Yeah. But of course, we're not looking past Saturday. We got Jack Della Maddalena, your second straight former champion. How does this go down before you have that victory cigarette in Perth? How does it all go down on Saturday?
I think it's gonna be a really good fight. I'm really excited to step on the octagon and have fun. You know, do my job, do what I love, and get my title shot.